And welcome everyone to yet another Dota 2 game. It is of course Blue Pikachu or Team Blue Pikachu versus SF Express. I'm Reddit and well, let's just jump straight into this. The first bans being the Wisp and the Lich, or the IO and the Lich, coming through here from SF Express, followed up by Blue Pikachu's Necro and Veno. Veno getting a lot of love and hate here throughout the past couple of months. I do agree with that. Veno's just a little bit OP, especially when you get to late game. That level 25 talent times 3 to HP and damage is just ridiculous, as well as the early game presence that it can give you. Well, specifically early to mid game, the tower pushing as well as defending ability, and just the damage over time in general. It's a very strong mid game hero, and a lot of teams and a lot of matches we've been seeing everything being mid-game centric. The team that gets the mid-game advantage even closely starts edging out ahead ever so slightly. Ancient Apparition was of course left in the pool, also one of those most banned, most picked kind of heroes, and it was Spirit Breaker and Nature's Prophet. Normally we do see one of these two heroes being banned, or well, yeah, specifically banned out during the first phase, but both of them being picked up here by Blue Pikachu. Extremely strong ganking and global presence that they have. Kunkka being picked up by SF Express, followed up by a Life Stealer ban, which of course I do agree with 100%. Having a Life Stealer infest into Spirit Breaker or into Nature's Prophet, Spirit Breaker charging in, Nature's Prophet TPing in, is, I just think it's way too much that you want to deal with, specifically at around the 15-16 minute mark, when the game normally starts shifting one way or the other. Puck being banned out as well by SF Express, more initiating heroes, and a lot of control there as well to help with the Life Stealer, to help the Life Stealer get as much hits off as possible. And one of the weaknesses of a Life Stealer is of course kiting. If you can kite a Life Stealer up well, even though he has slow, that's fine. You can do well up against him. And banning out, you know, the Life Stealer and the Puck, and you know, specifically the Life Stealer and the Spirit Breaker having the exact same weakness, being the kiting. If you can get away from a Spirit Breaker before his charge is back up, etc., it does help out a lot. So banning out those two, I do agree with. It takes a lot of control away from Blue Pikachu, and Blue Pikachu banning out OD as well as Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker having a rupture onto a charging Spirit Breaker, never a good thing. And Odie's just an all-around good ban, good second phase ban in my opinion. Deals a lot of damage, deals a lot of int base damage as well. So yeah, I do like both of those, considering the Astral Imprisonment can also help out and can save heroes. Good bans all around coming from Blue Pikachu. SF Express want to go for a kiting kind of hero, a Weaver. We just mentioned that earlier, up against the likes of a Spirit Breaker, although Life Stealer's banned, that's fine. Nature's Prophet sure can deal with that a little bit with his Sprout, and Jakiro can also deal with that, which was just picked up by Blue Pikachu with an Ice Bot, but it's still not a single target lockdown. So this is going to be quite interesting to see how they can try and deal with the Weaver. Weaver will be going for that early Lincolns. Of course it will help quite a bit dealing with the charge and the Nether Strike coming in from the Spirit Breaker, and not a lot that can actually pop the Lincolns just yet. SF Express decide to pick up the Tidehunter now as well. So what I like from SF Express's draft here is they have the AoE control with the Ancient Apparition and the Tidehunter, and the Kunkka as well with his Ghost Ship coming on top of the combo there as well. It can deal a lot of damage. The problem is Tidehunter has a very long cooldown ultimate, and that is why I still rate Tidehunter very highly. But the problem is, if you do not have Ravage, or if you've used Ravage and it didn't connect well, the enemy team will be playing extremely aggressively. And with the likes of a Nature's Prophet and a Spirit Breaker, if that Ravage is not there, you could look towards Blue Pikachu charging in and playing, literally diving behind tier 2 towers and playing very aggressively early on. Blue Pikachu, it's their time to pick up their next hero. They do have pushing potential with the Nature's Prophet and the Jakiro. Most likely this is going to be a pos 4 Spirit Breaker, not that pos 3 Spirit Breaker. We have been seeing quite a few pos 3 Jakiros lately, although I doubt it's going to be a pos 3 Jakiro right now. We'll of course have a look, most likely pos 3 Natures. But we can see a Jakiro Spirit Breaker +1 running in the off lane, with Nature's in the safe lane, Queen of Pain middle. They can still do a lot here for Blue Pikachu. For SF Express, you know the Tidehunter is going off lane. Most likely AA, Kunkka, Weaver running in that safe lane, with Kunkka being that pos 4. Let's see what SF Express decide to ban out now, because Blue Pikachu still has a little bit of wiggle room in regards with how they lane. Thanks so much for everyone watching and tuning in. Of course, I'm Reddit, or Reddit's Dota. Check me out, of course, on Facebook and Twitter. And big shout out to Beyond the Summit for letting me cast these games. It's a real honor and I do appreciate it. SF decide to ban out the Faceless Void. I do like that. It can actually counter quite a lot of SF's, you know, what they want to do. It's an anti-team fight draft, and SF wants to team fight. They do have the AoE control for that. They have the Weaver that can be very mobile throughout that team fight, using Sakuchi to run through, hit from the backlines, can deal a lot of minus armor, and then if they do jump him, just time-lapse all the way out. And that Faceless Void, of course, if the engage is there from SF Express, it can either split up the fight, so then you focus on, you know, catching 2 heroes, or the middle bunch of heroes that are moving in towards the engage, so that you have 1 or 2 heroes in front of the chrono which you can kill, or you just drop it down right in front and stop any kind of initiation. Blue Pikachu, they still have, well, they had a mid to ban out there. Ember Spirit up against the Queen of Pain could work. Having your shield up against the Queen of Pain dagger, you can actually start playing aggressively into the Queen of Pain from around level 3, level 4 most likely. So I actually like that ban quite a lot. Ember Spirit can do a lot, specifically up against, or up with the draft that SF Express actually has right now. So let's have a look. Blue Pikachu, their last pick coming through here. What are they going to do? Are they going to run an aggro try, putting the Nature's Prophet in the safe lane? They can TP in whenever they need. Or are they just going to have the Nature's Prophet running in the off lane, TPing in once again whenever they need? Spirit Breaker being able to roam, charge in with the Nature's Prophet TPing in as well. Look for this Queen of Pain to be dealing a lot of damage or a lot of harassment in the middle lane. Wait for that level 2 Sonic Scream to actually come out. Ooh, Timbersaw being picked up. I really like this pick. I really like this coming up here from, you know, Blue Pikachu. Having that frontliner as well as a Spirit Breaker. You have to try and focus the, you know, Timbersaw. If you don't focus the Timbersaw, he'll be putting out a tremendous amount of pure damage, especially if you're fighting around the jungle area, around trees. And if you don't focus him, which a lot of people say, well, then don't focus him, he'll put out a lot of damage. If you do focus him, he's going to soak it up. His reactive armor stacks are going to start stacking up quite a bit. He's going to start regenerating HP, and Timbersaw wants to be in the front line. He wants to be attacked. He wants to be harassed. There is a lot of magical bursts that can actually take the Timbersaw down, but it's not enough. The only, well, with the Viper can slow him down. The magical, okay, Viper's a good pick. Viper's a good pick here. I do like it. Gotta love the people in Twitch chat. Love you guys. So having that Viper there gives this side of SF Express a lot of frontline capabilities. With the Tidehunter, Viper can also tank up a bit. Having that magical damage up against the Timbersaw will actually help them significantly. And he's also right click here, so they can still team fight with that, look towards Viper, and possibly Weaver getting an early Maelstrom up to try and deal with the Nature's Prophet creeps, deal with the deep push, and just to bolster their entire team fight. Well, game's about to go, or, you know, get underway right now. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they can do, and this will most likely be Scourge McDuck. Yeah, Scourge McDuck is on the Timbersaw, of course, here, and Ryu. I'm just actually having a look at some of the picks here in regards to what they're going to be laning. So this is going to be an off-lane, well, technically slash pos 3 Nature's Prophet, because if I'm not mistaken, Ryu is their pos 3 player. Oh, let's have a look. So guys, game is underway. The smoke has been popped. Early movements here for blue Pikachu, wanting to get a couple of wards down. Let's have a look here. Ryu is, of course, on the off lane. Does have boots up. And there's going to be a safe lane. Scourge McDuck here on the Timbersaw. AD on the Queen of Pain, running on the middle lane. Save on the Jakira. And last but not least, Auron on the Spirit Breaker. Let's have a look here on the side of SFE. Are we going to see anything coming through here? Nah, I don't doubt we'll actually see any kind of first blood or shenanigans here. They do have enough escape to be able to get out of this, but I'm just going to call him Big here. Sorry if cause otherwise I'll mispronounce that name way too much. On the Kunkka, Creep is playing the Weaver. Tai Chi or Taich. Please, once again, forgive me if my pronunciation is wrong for some of these names. On the Ancient Apparition, Diamond, hey, I can't mispronounce that, can I? On the Viper, and last but not least, Feng on the Tidehunter. Let's have a look. Blue Pikachu want to try and contest this bottom rune, but the side of SF, they just bring in reinforcements and they should be okay. But top lane, Scourge McDuck, yeah, I think they might actually sack this top. No, Diamond versus Scourge. Who's actually going to be able to get it? It is going to be Diamond getting this. So SFE getting 2 and BP getting 2. Nothing should actually... Nope. Yeah. It's going to be a third one here. Have a quick look here. Nope. BP and SF. So it's 3 for BP. Scourge McDuck actually getting 2. So a good start here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. Let's have a look and see how this middle lane is going to go. I mean, having a Viper matchup up against the Queen of Pain, of course, the more damage you do to the Viper, the more damage you're going to do to yourself. And I think I might be mistaken. We can, of course, have a look or just ask some of the Twitch gurus here to just confirm. But at level 2 Shadow Strike, you actually do more damage to yourself if on the corrosive skin. Might just have to have a look at that. I remember it was something similar to that. And having these two tanky safe lane versus off laners here, this is going to be sort of just a farm fest. I don't think any of these two will be able to kill the other here on this top lane. Bottom lane, having the Kunkka here, getting a couple of levels. There might actually be some kill potential here on the Nature's Prophet. But Nature's Prophet does have his boots up. So he'll just be running away every time he sees the Tsukuchi happening and just try and save up a little bit of mana, a little bit of HP so that when he does TP in towards the middle lane, they will be able to get a kill. Keep in mind, it is up against the Viper, so they are going to take quite a bit of punishment if they do dive the Viper. A Viper's just one of those all-around good mid picks. I'm not the biggest fan of a Viper, especially when playing a Viper, but whenever I play up against a Viper, I just hate it. So let's have a look. Making sure I do not miss first blood today. I think I've missed 2 out of my past couple of games. Top lane, Jakira harassing our Tidehunter a little bit. Won't really be able to do much. There's going to be Liquid Fire up as well as a Dual Breath. Well, they're going to try and push for this. What level? It's only level 1 Whirling Death, so nope, they should be okay. But Tidehunter might actually be in a bit of trouble right now. Do we see any kind of TP coming through here from Nature's Prophet? Nature's does not have a TP. He had to go all the way back to base. So missing out on the first blood, and Tidehunter, he's just going to salve back up. This Jakira actually doing quite a bit of work here to zone out the Tidehunter. Tide sitting on level 3 right now versus level 3 on the Timbersaw. And mid lane, big on the Kunkka. Just showing his presence there, making sure AD on the Queen of Pain doesn't actually push or play too aggressively. And look at Viper's positioning, always playing up alongside the creep wave, making sure that he can do as much damage as possible up against Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain, I don't think she'll actually be leveling up her Shadow Strike here. She'll have to go for her Scream of Pain. And are we going to see a charge coming through here? There's a little bit of slow onto Viper, but look how much damage she does, or he does, or it does, onto the likes of the Queen of Pain. And are we going to see, oh no, the Flying Courier actually gets, well, upped into a Flying Courier. And can they get the kill here? They're trying to do it. Who's going to get the first blood? It is actually going to be Diamond getting the first blood. However, he will pay for it with his life save. Wants to go in further up onto Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition might be in quite a bit of trouble right now. There's a blink up here for the Queen of Pain. Is she going to dive this? Oh, narrowly missing it. So a single 1-for-1 trade-off. But who does this favor? I think it actually favored the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain didn't die. Viper, not actually unfortunate, but staying there, making sure he actually can get, you know, he got the XP from that. And Queen of Pain will be forced to use up herself. So look, Viper. I want to, oh wait, top lane. Tied onto getting bashed up here. Sort of looks, this Spirit Breaker skin always looks like a Spirit Breaker is carrying a double damage. But yeah, Nature's Prophet, he's moved into the jungle. Sitting on level 4, slowly but surely working his way up towards that Blades of Attack. And here we go, diving straight in onto the Viper right now. Are we going to see a kill here? The Ice Path is there. 4 heroes here for the side of Blue Pikachu going in. They do manage to get the kill. However, Kunkka has come in. Kunkka might be in a bit of trouble himself. Ancient Apparition trying to help his teammate out. And Kunkka drops there from... It's actually Ryudoda getting that kill. They might want to push in for more, but 2 quick kills in succession here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. Good rotations, good map awareness. Unfortunately, they did not have enough people coming in time. They will have to back off right now as Diamond comes back. Alan, you are not very healthy, my friend. Fall back. It is 5 minutes in. Get the shrine. Rinse and repeat. Let's have a quick look here at the last hits. Leading the last hits is the Timbersaw here for side of Team Blue Pikachu. Followed up by, that's 35 and 8. That's significantly ahead of the Viper. Sitting on 27 and 10. Even though the Viper's died now a couple of times, still topping the last hits chart for his team. Followed up by the Weaver, 28 and 11 here on the bottom lane. He sort of has a free lane. And let's have a look here. Viper just turning around, going in onto Auron, doing as much damage as possible. Queen of Pain does manage to get the slow onto the Viper, but the problem is the amount of damage that she's taking herself is just ridiculous. At 6 minutes in, 1, 2, 3 currently in favor of Team Blue Pikachu. Let's have a look here what the side of SF Express can actually do here. Having a look at their lineup, they want to get their level 6s up quickly. They want to start team fighting, pushing together as a team. Will the side of Blue Pikachu actually let them do that? They have enough to rotate around. They haven't, well, you know, they have the lineup to rotate around. They have the lineup to split push and try and deal with it. But I hear a charge. There's a smoke onto the Ancient Apparition. Charge was onto the Kunkka, but it does get cancelled. And top lane is just being pushed out right now. The power of the Jakiro. So OP in my opinion. Going to be the first tower to fall. They do have a cliff if they want to try to defend this. And this is going to be 3 heroes here for SF Express. There's the Tide Hunter coming in with a Ravage, catching it onto 2. The first person that's going to fall is the Tide Hunter. Now they want to turn around onto the Timbersaw. There is the charge, of course, coming through onto the Ancient Apparition. Can they do anything about this? The charge will cut through and it will hit. That is another kill, or a 1-for-1 trade-off currently between Team Blue Pikachu and SF Express. They want to go in for more, getting the Kunkka down as well. TP coming in here from the Weaver. Weaver wants to get some of this action, wants to try and trade off, and will they be able to get the kill onto the Timbersaw? Timbersaw, of course, does not have his Timber Chain, but he does have 3 levels up in reactive armor, and that's just healing him by quite a bit. Do they have enough? There you go. Fang comes in, gets the 2-for-2. Looking good there for the side of SF Express. They really needed a couple of kills. And looking at the fight recap, it also favored them slightly. Not by a lot, but ever so slightly. Net worth at this point is in favor of the Timbersaw. And you never want to play up against the Timbersaw that's ahead. Timbersaws can just be so powerful in the early to mid game. Well, and the late game. But specifically in that mid game phase. When the Timbersaw can just come in and burst you so quickly. And basically never die. It like feels like. As soon as you get the Bloodstone up. So a good start off here for Scrooge McDuck. However, the next 2 on the net worth are the position 1 and the position 2 here for the side of SF Express. And I think they'll be happy with that. Under a 1k net worth lead for Team Blue Pikachu. Considering they do have 5 kills up versus 3. It's going to be a good game. And bottom lane, Ancient Apparition does not have 6 just yet. They're putting pressure onto the next tier 1 tower, and will we see this one fall? Keep in mind they already have... Oh, Ancient Apparition does get scouted out, and here comes Scrooge McDuck. He wants to go in. He's being blocked up a little bit, but yeah, there you go. Ancient Apparition just get completely circled around. Rest in peace, my good friend. And this will be a tier 1 tower in exchange. Team Blue Pikachu doing exactly what they need to do, taking towers. They've already taken top tier 1 tower, taking the bottom tier 1 tower now as well. And that puts them roughly around the 2k net worth ahead. But considering that's 2 towers taken, there's a lot of gold that is still there available for the side of SF Express. And this game is still quite even up right now. Bottom lane, they're still pushing out a little bit more. And for those of you guys on Twitch that are asking, yes, I am South African. Welcome. It's fun. Scourge McDuck goes in, wants to go for a kill here onto Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition does not have his ulti, but they still managed to get the kill with the Ravage committed from the Tidehunter. But that's 150 seconds roughly. What's it? Yeah, 150 seconds that he does not have his ultimate. So the side of Blue Pikachu, they'll want to actually push now. Now they can actually fight. They did lose the one, and the Weaver was lost on top lane, I think. So it was sort of a 1-for-1 trade-off. But Weaver wants to go in onto Nature's Prophet right now. Nature's Prophet might be in a lot of trouble, and he will drop the power of the Weaver as well as the Swarm, making sure that the Weaver can keep track of the Nature's Prophet the whole time while the Nature's Prophet is running away, as well as when he's in Sprout. So 5 for 7. I do think that we have a game on our hands right now, guys. They are trying to charge in onto, well, there's no charge just yet, but they want to go in onto the Viper. The problem is you can't really do that much damage to the Viper right now. Viper is quite tanky, does have a full cloak, does have a cloak up. But let's have a look here. Top lane, the Spirit Breaker dies. I was wondering why the Spirit Breaker wasn't charging in towards the middle lane, but the Spirit Breaker does drop finally on this top side. And I heard a Sprout going in onto the Viper. Viper does get blown up. Scourge McDuck. I actually like this name, although I always wanted, like, I keep on wanting to say I want to say the Scrooge McDuck the whole time, but yeah, Scourge McDuck. That's good. One of those unique names that is really interesting. Are we going to see any kind of engagement here into the middle lane? They know that Tidehunter still does not have Ravage, so as you can see, they want to play aggressively into him the whole time. They did manage to kill the Viper as well during that time period. And here comes the charge. They're jumping straight in. Unfortunately, they don't manage to catch him out. But the Ice Pot as well as the Macropire catching on to 2 heroes towards the backline. AD goes in. Will manage to get a good scream off right there. Does not have an ultimate for 1 second, 2 seconds. There you go. 2 heroes down in exchange for 2 as well. So a good trade-off happening here for the side of SF. Now they want to go onto the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain does drop a 3-for-2 trade-off in the end. And a triple kill going the way of the Weaver. This will put the Weaver well up ahead in towards his Lincoln Sphere.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let's have a look. Currently under 1k net worth lead for the side of Blue Pikachu, considering they do have 3 towers in exchange for none. SF doesn't have a single tower, so that's roughly around 3k gold. That is still there for the taken. Okay, there's a lot more for the taken, but if you want to work on an even basis. But Blue Pikachu once again wants to be aggressive. They do jump in onto the Viper. Ancient Apparition. Ultimate flies through. It does clip the Spirit Breaker, and Spirit Breaker will drop from that. Blue Pikachu up here, well, AD coming through, wants to go in, wants to play aggressive. They have to be careful right now because the Tidehunter's Ravage will be up. Tidehunter moving up towards top. Will he go in for the shrine, or does he just want to stop this push coming through here? He also might just be bait for his team. He does have his Ravage up as well as a full Soul Ring finished up. So working up towards his Blink Dagger, most likely he does not have it queued up. So maybe thinking, do I need my Blink? Do I go for a mech? But let's see, is he going to purchase the Blink Dagger straight up? He does have enough gold. Or does he save his money? That's going to be the question. Well, he doesn't have gold after he bought the TP scroll, but he will have it in 10. And he's actually TPing towards the top shrine. So, no TP just yet. No, no TP. No blink just yet. But you do see a jump in on... No, unfortunately won't land. Here comes the charge straight in onto the Kunkka. Kunkka might be in a bit of trouble. Scourge McDuck is there. There's a TP in from Ryu as well with the Nature Prophet. Unfortunately, Scourge McDuck does not manage... Well, he does not manage to actually get the latch on the Timber Chain, but they still managed to get the kill onto the Kunkka. Good jump in from the side of Team Blue Pikachu. SF will want to fight now. They do have their ultis up. They do have the Ravage up. And I'm quite surprised that they aren't deciding to actually push in together, because they do have major ultis up on the Ancient Apparition, as well as they had one up on the Kunkka. That was their time to move in forward, but the side of Blue Pikachu. Oh, Alren does get scouted out here by the Weaver. Getting quite a bit of damage up onto him. The Swarm, what level is the Swarm? Level 4 Swarm, even though he is trying to charge out right now on a very unfortunate targeting mechanism there from the Spirit Breaker charge. And SFE, let's have a quick look here. Weaver is roughly around 700, so roughly around 1,700 away from, 1,800 away, 1,700 away from his Lincolns. And looking at the side of Team Blue Pikachu, they have a Shadow Strike that can cancel it, a Charge that can cancel it, and that's basically it. Direct targeted ability. So Lincolns will be a very good item here for the Weaver. The Weaver won't be able to be charged across the map the whole time, and I do like it. Although I always go Weaver, I always go Weaver on Lincolns. I always go Lincolns on Weaver anyway. It's a good item all around, especially with the mana regen as well as HP regen that it does provide. And with the Weaver, you want to be using Sakuchi the whole time to move around the map, to be mobile, and you do run out of mana quite a lot. But let's have a look. The game has stagnated a little bit. Both teams are trying to find their footing. Team Blue Pikachu still leading on the net worth chart. For maybe a minute, the side of SF actually had that, but Blue Pikachu has reclaimed that lead, even though the top, mid, and bottom tier 3 or tier 1 towers are still standing. So SF can easily recoup that and actually get the lead back if they do decide to push up any further. But let's have a look. What items are coming up here for the side of SFE? The Viper working his way towards a Hurricane Pike in total. Kunkka going in for his Mana Boots. And Tidehunter decided to go for his mech. So no blink up like we thought. We're discussing whether it's going to be a mech or a blink. But he's gone for the blink. He knows, well, we're going to be moving together. I don't need that blink initiation right now. It's going to be okay. Let's just rather get a little bit of heal up. Ancient Apparition still working up towards the boots. And that's basically it. To the side of SFE, Queen of Pain. Getting that Yule Scepter up. Still quite a ways off. Spirit Breaker. Yeah. Has an urn. That's basically all the Spirit Breaker needs right now. Oh, there's a charge onto Tidehunter. Tidehunter has to be very careful right now. He, of course, does have a TP if he needs to use it. And will they be able to get the Sprout? There's the Sprout onto it. But unfortunately, the Spirit Breaker does push him out. There's the Ravage used onto all of them. And the Ancient Apparition ultimate flying through as well as the boat. Clipping onto 2 heroes. That is 2 dead for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. They have to be very careful. These team fight ultis are just massive. However, 2 heroes for the side of Team Blue Pikachu managed to get the bottom tier 2 tower. Another one to push in. Tidehunter does not have Ravage, but he's okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. Quelling Blade, he's out, and they'll just TP towards the top. SF managed to get the tier 2 tower, or the tier 1 tower bot as well. So, rip. And that should put the gold basically even. Not just yet. Still roughly around 900 gold in favor of Blue Pikachu. And here's the Sprout coming in. Oh, getting the Sprout onto the Weaver, but Weaver does use his time lapse, and the charge is still there as well as the dust. They will be able to clip the Weaver, and there's the initial stun, and they want to just, well, yeah, not that they want to, they just blow the Weaver up completely. Weaver playing a bit aggressively there, but very good placements coming through here from the Nature's Prophet, and very good Sprout. It's very easy to miss those Sprouts, especially when I think that might have been a blind Sprout catching him out there. Not quite sure. And this is the problem here with the side of SF Express. Without their ultis, they have to play very carefully. It is a level 2 ulti up here, or Ravage up for the Tidehunter, but unfortunately that does not reduce the duration. Still 150 second cooldown. And let's have a look. I like this. Oh, wait. Nope. I thought the yours was already finished for some reason. Yours is not yet finished up for the Jakiro. I know a lot of casters, a lot of people say Jakiro is very powerful late game. I still feel Jakiro falls off depending, of course, on who you go up against, because the ice path is not an instant lock, and if you don't get a good ice path off, then you're in a bit of trouble. But getting a good ice path shouldn't be a problem here, especially when if you are defending high ground. It's quite easy just to get one that's splits up the team, clips them a bit. Let's have a look what's coming in here for... Okay, so this is quite interesting. Tidehunter's actually finished up his Guardian Greaves instead of going for the Blink first. Normally you'll see Tidehunter's getting a Blink Dagger up before getting the Guardian Greaves, because the recipe for the GG boots are just so damn expensive. But considering he didn't have his Ravage up at that time, I think he'd already used it, he just said, well, let's just buy the GG boots. I don't think, well, I think I should get my Blink Dagger by the time my Ravage is back up. So he nearly has it. We're on 500 gold short. Let's have a look if the side of SFE or SF Express, let's see if they're going to group up at all. Queen of Pain working up towards the Aghanim Scepter. We're on 600 gold away. It's not going to be the earliest Aghanim Scepter, but the Queen of Pain is doing quite well for herself. Everyone on the leaderboard, well, on the top, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone on the top 6 on the leaderboard are within 500 gold from each other. 8,700, 8,700, 8,600, 8,600, 8,400, 8,300. Extremely close game. Both of the teams are making sure that they don't push up too far, making sure that they don't overextend. The problem is for the side of Team Blue Pikachu is if you keep on doing that, oh, here's a charge coming through as well as a TP, possible TP. Well, they're trying to TP out here for the Nature's Prophet, but Nature's Prophet will just get burst down. And, yeah, that charge from the Spirit Breaker was cancelled very quickly. Like I was saying, for the side of Team Blue Pikachu, the longer you wait after all of these fights, you basically give the Tidehunter enough time to get his Blink Dagger up, his Ravage cooldown, 150 seconds. It's, you normally want to try and force out that Ravage or bait out that Ravage and then play aggressive into that. But the side of Team Blue Pikachu waiting up for all the items to come up here. Here's the Aghanim Scepter. Big pickup here for the Queen of Pain. Are we going to see them utilizing this, moving around and going in? Let's have a look. Viper getting caught here with the Ice Path. Now the one to turn around. Viper going in straight onto the Queen of Pain, but this might be big. The Queen of Pain turns around, gets a good ulti off onto two heroes. The ghost ship flying through right now. There's the charge in onto the Viper. Viper's getting blown up here by the Spirit Breaker. Good chain stunning there. Now the one to turn around. The Ancient Apparition Blast coming onto two heroes right now. Unfortunately, it's only going to be a Kunkka. Kunkka does manage to get a very good torrent off, but that's 3 heroes down for the side of SF Express. And Tidehunter was not there. No Blink in, no Ravage. Here comes the Tide. Will he actually just pop it just to try and save up the Weaver? But the Weaver used his time lapse. Weaver might still be in a lot of trouble right now. There's the Blink Ravage, possibly just to secure the Weaver's life. And the Weaver's going to get back. This is not the fight that they actually wanted to have. And the Weaver's being silenced up right now. Orchids is there from the Nature's Prophet, and the Weaver is in a lot of trouble. Tidehunter blinks in forward, tries to body block them as well as just stop them a little bit. But unfortunately, Weaver dropping there, and the Sprout onto the Ancient Apparition doesn't do much, but a costly fight there, in my opinion, for the side of SF Express, losing 4 in exchange for only 2. That'll be the first big lead taken by Blue Pikachu, closing in on that 3,000 mark. This Orchid's playing a very big role there, especially up against the Weaver's Lincoln Sphere. Weaver building in towards Samantha just to try and debuff or dispel that Orchids or any other kind of silence I won't be surprised if we see a silence or orchids coming up. Yules then orchids. To be honest, if you go Yules, just keep it with the Yules. Maybe she'll go orchids as well. I'm not sure. Depending, of course, on the game and how it goes. Kunkka buying a Quelling Blade up as well. Just making sure that they have some kind of escape here for the Nature's Prophet Sprout the whole time. And Viper also going in towards that Manta Star. Does have a forced off as well as the Hood of Defiance. Trying to tank it up even more. But the side here for Blue Pikachu sitting now with 11,500 and 11,000 in regards to the net worth. Followed up by 310,000 for the side of SFE. The big one here is the Ancient Apparition. That's extremely poor currently, sitting with only a net worth at 25 minutes in of 1,900. Let's see, where's the next move going to be coming from here for the side of Blue Pikachu? What are the next items? There's the Shiva's Guard coming up here for the Queen of Pain. I do like this, giving a lot of intel to the Queen of Pain and basically giving the side of SFE a taste of their own medicine in regards with the slow. The Viper slow, Ancient Apparition slow, Tide slow. So having that Shiva's there can control the team fights quite a bit, allow the Queen of Pain to get off a good Sonic Wave. 40 seconds later, these team fights are dragged on quite a bit, so we'll be able to get a second Sonic Wave off as well. But here's a smoke from Blue Pikachu. Are we going to see them wrapping on, or is this just a warding smoke? I think this might just be to ward up, put on a couple of sentries as well, and just back off right now. But a counter smoke up here for the side of SFE. Let's see if they can actually catch anyone off guard. Tidehunter does have his Ravage up. And they scout into Rush, just trying to see if they can actually catch anyone. They will want to move into Timbersaw right now, or are they just going to jump straight onto high ground? They do drop a ward there. Ward gets instantly dewarded, so Blue Pikachu know what's up here. But it seems like SFE still want to go in. They're all gathering here towards the middle lane, waiting for a good initiation, waiting for a good time, waiting for just something or someone to push out. But Blue Pikachu, like I said, they know what's up. They just back off and continue on farming. And the problem here is this Nature's Prophet is, even though Nature's Prophet's not leading the net worth, but he's going to get out of hand pretty soon. Gotta love some of the guys on chat saying Kunkka just had a little bit too much rum, leave him alone. Hashtag let Kunkka drink rum. I like that. I like that. There's going to be so many Yules up in this game. Okay, so Tide won't be boarding a Yules. Weaver getting a Div Blade instead of the Manta. Okay, I like that a lot better. No Yules up there, so there's one Yules. Kunkka's going for Yules. That's going to be a second Yules. This is going to be no Yules there. No Yules there. Third Yules, fourth Yules, and no Yules there. So 4 Yules up in this game. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be flying around the whole time. Who's going to be caught in a hurricane. And Spirit Breaker pinging himself or pinging at someone else. Not quite sure which. The one thing this Timbersaw wants is Timbersaw wants more kills. He does have 16 charges on his Bloodstone. That does help. But of course, he's still, you know, he wants to be hovering around that 21 to 25 charges up on the Bloodstone, which anything more than that just make you completely godlike. But let's see, is there any smoke up here for the side of SFE? Will they be moving in forward? Seems like 4 of them have been grouped up here towards the middle lane with the Weaver split pushing up bottom. I like this. It will help them out a little bit. And here comes Tidehunter. Oop. There goes Tidehunter again. So, a 3v3 matchup here on the middle lane right now. Ancient Apparition moving up towards the top lane, trying to stop this push, this constant split push coming through here for the side of Blue Pikachu. It's going to be very difficult for them to actually try and deal with this because they don't really have the heroes except for, okay, well they do. They do have a Weaver, they have a Kunkka, but the Nature's Prophet is just constantly going to be putting damage onto this top lane. Bottom lane's already been taken, and we might actually see Weaver in quite a bit of trouble right now. We're going to see Dust will jump in forward. They just decide to back off, let the Weaver run away. Was there any Dust? Yeah, there was Dust, but they don't have anything to pop the Lincolns. Okay, Viper has a Hurricane Pike up. Will have his Manta style up as well pretty soon, but of course the Viper will probably start saving towards buyback. And let's see, are we going to see any wraparound here onto the Nature's Prophet? No, Nature's just decides to TP out. Here's some kind of engagement we might see, and is Tidehunter. Tidehunter uses a Ravage. So are we going to see anything to follow up from this? Ravage does block everyone down. It just seems like the Tidehunter keeps on using his Ravage when they go on him, and that doesn't really help out. But there's a blink. Oh no, there's an X, and there's the X. Insta kill. So Ravage for one. I would like to see the side of SF Express actually use that Ravage more in a team fight instead of, I think the past 3 fights the Tidehunters used it defensively the previous time, and the 2 times before that was also when they jumped him. And that doesn't set up everyone. I mean, the Tide does have an Aghanim Scepter, for crying out loud, sitting the highest on net worth for his team. But I would like to see the side of SFE force more team fights, group up, start pushing down towers every single time that the Ravage is up. But there's a Macro Pyre coming down here, as well as, oh yeah, there's the Yules blocking out the X or anything coming through for the side of SFE. However, they want to turn around onto the Timbersaw. Timbersaw might be in a lot of trouble right now. The Scream of Pain comes through the ultimate. They're doing quite a bit of damage. Ancient Apparition ultimate flying through, only hitting onto the Nature's Prophet, but the Coco's Drum keeping everyone alive here for the side of SF Express. And the back retreat, get the hell out of there, is called for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. Even without Ravage, that was a very good fight here for the side of SF Express, and this is what I wanted to see. SF Express, I mean, if they just move in together, it's going to be very difficult for the side of Team Blue Pikachu to actually do anything about it. But let's see, there's a Ice Path coming down, does stop 2 heroes. Unfortunately, Jakiro, he's just going to be blown up. And Nature's Prophet doing Nature's Prophet things, split pushing up here towards the top lane. Meanwhile, oh wait, I see an engagement here, as well as the Ancient Apparition ultimate flying towards the top lane. TP in here for the Nature's Prophet. Are they going to be able to actually catch anyone on the retreat? The Viper might be in quite a bit of trouble. The charge is there now as well. However, the trees are being cut, and are they going to decide to, well, are they going to go in from this? They do manage to actually catch out the Timbersaw. Timbersaw uses his own heals, and he is still alive, but there you go. Sorry. The Tidehunter using that gush, and it is of course an Aghanim Scepter gush, just constantly pushing everyone away for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. And once again, the glimpse being used, or not the glimpse, the X marks the spot onto yet another hero. He does deny himself. And we didn't really talk about the power here for the Tidehunter. I mean, Tidehunter, he's gone for XP, HP, as well as mana regen. He's just constantly blinking in forward, gushing every 7 seconds. The Queen of Pain did manage to get a good scream as well as a Sonic Wave off earlier, but it just didn't seem like they actually had the fights, and they were split up just a little bit. So things going very well for the side of SF Express, and they're busy breaking high ground, doing quite a bit of damage here onto the tier 3 tower. AD blinking in right now. He has to be careful because he is taking quite a bit of damage, but the Ice Path onto the Weaver. Weaver does get, the Lincolns does get proc there as well. And let's have a look. There's a big blink in forward, as well as a Sonic Wave onto 3 heroes. There's an Ice Path, but the boat coming through. The boat actually, as well as a Ravage, catching it onto 2 heroes. Buyback being used here by the Queen of Pain. And let's see if they can do anything about this. Timbersaw trying to deal as much damage as possible, using the Yule Scepter on himself. But once again, the Gush just pushing the heroes back. They can't really do much because of that. And I heard, yeah, they did manage to at least get the 1 kill. And the blink in forward is there from the Tidehunter. Tidehunter does get bashed up right now. The Kunkka makes it out alive. But unfortunately, Tidehunter once again using the Gush, pushing them away. And he eventually does drop. Very back and forward fight there. The T3 tower was not taken. So Team Blue Pikachu live to fight another day. quickly get a sip of water. Actually, I lied. It's a sip of Coke. And Ancient Apparition Ultimate flying through, catching on to 2 heroes. It's not really going to be enough. They don't have the Tidehunter, so this should still be the death of Rosh. But it is an extremely slow Rosh. They don't have any minus armor up. No minus armor on anyone at this point. And we do see an engagement onto Kunkka. Kunkka does have... Well, he did X himself, but unfortunately he was used up. They do not manage to kill him just yet. The Viper's there as well. Viper does get forced off, or he pushed himself up onto the tree line. There he forced off himself away. BKB is used here for the Nature's Prophet. The charge is onto the Viper. Viper might be in a lot of trouble right now. The Ice Path is there, as well as the Bash, as well as the stun, as well as everything. Ancient Apparition Ultimate flying through, but once again, not going to be enough. There's no follow-up after that, and Ancient Apparition might just be in a lot of trouble himself. Being charged up, being hit, of course, yeah, that's not even going to save him. The Lincolns was thrown onto him, but now Blue Pikachu just turning around and... I mean, this game is going backwards and forwards the whole time. It just depends who's actually getting the good initiation off, and without the Tidehunter there, the side of Blue Pikachu are in a lot of trouble. There's a charge in forward. Ice Path coming down. Actually not hitting onto anyone. There's a gush once again onto 2 heroes. Let's zoom out right now so that we can actually try and see what's happening. Are they going to be able to get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker? Spirit Breaker is down. Spirit Breaker's down. This should be a call to retreat from the side of Blue Pikachu. I mean, with the Tidehunter still alive, I mean, they managed to take a couple of good fights when the Tidehunter was dead. I don't think Blue Pikachu can actually take a fight when the Tidehunter's alive. So they have to try and pick him off, get that kill, and then they can play aggressive again. While the Tidehunter's alive, it's going to be very dangerous. Keep in mind, Rosh is still alive. The side of SF Express actually should have a little bit of an advantage if they just swap out the Blightstone. But considering, nah, Blue Pikachu will still be able to take it faster. No minus armor up just yet. Well, full big minus armor up just yet for anyone. There's the Queen of Pain building up the Maelstrom. Where's the next Maelstrom going to be coming from? Bloodthorn up for the Nature's Prophet. Or building towards the Bloodthorn. No Maelstrom up for the side of SF Express. Viper, yeah, there you go. Viper actually does have one. And let's look here. Nature's Prophet going in very deep. Was that a courier kill? That was a courier kill. That was a courier snipe. Well played. Well played. 36 minutes in. Only a 2k net worth advantage here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. I just love saying that name. So an extremely close game. However, Ryu might be in quite a bit of trouble. There are a couple of heroes here, and this is probably just going to be a blink in forward straight onto the Nature's Prophet. This is going to be a Ravage as well. No Ancient Apparition Ultimate flying through as well. It does clip Ryu, and they are going to go into him, but they do not have any vision. They don't have anything to actually try and scout him out. How do you survive this? That was extremely lucky. I mean, they do know that Nature's Prophet does have a Shadow Blade up. So quite surprising that they went for that without any, well, huh? No, wait, no, this is on his team. Who actually bought this? Alran. Okay, yeah. I was just about to say, wait, they have a gem? Oh, no. Cap up. Weaver finally will actually have his Manta style up. I mean, she's been building towards this for quite a while, dropping on the network scale. She's sitting around... what's this, 2, 4, 6 from the bottom, after having a pretty much free farming lane at the beginning of the game. The problem is with Weaver you want to snowball, you want to be in front. Sure, you can farm up using Zakuchi, you can damage, you know, lots of creeps, get a couple of stacks, but it's not a flash farming hero. So it does lag a little bit behind, and you want to gain momentum, you want to gain kills. You want to be doing a lot of damage, not building into just defensive items the whole time. But the Weaver most likely next. There's the Maelstrom building up into a Mjolnir. I do like this. We spoke about it during the draft as well. We said most likely the Viper as well as the Weaver will both be going for that Maelstrom. And there's the minus armor with a Gush. But Gush doesn't last that long. And let's have a look. Are they actually going to be able to scout this out? BP Alren is charging through. He does charge straight through two heroes right now. Ancient Apparition Ultimate. I heard it fly through. Not quite sure where it actually landed. But bottom lane is being pushed out here by Timbersaw. Top lane being pushed out here by Nature's Prophet. The rat is real here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. Glyph is being used. No bottom tower has fallen just yet. They did manage to get the Aegis, and that was of course put on the Weaver. But quite a bit of damage done here towards the tier 3s. Not really on the bottom, but mostly towards the top. Sitting on a 3rd HP. So Team Blue Pikachu doing what they can, knowing that rush is taking place, pushing out both lanes, trying to force them back, trying to force them to make a mistake. And well, it didn't really help. We've still managed to get the Aegis. Having a look at the net worth, it's flatlining at that 4k mark right now. Experience earned in favor of Team Blue Pikachu, whereas the entire game it's actually been in favor of SF Express, funnily enough, except for like the first couple of minutes. So having both the leads in net worth and experience is going to help them out quite a bit here. Let's have a look at the next items coming up here from the Tidehunter. Tidehunter building into that Omni build, where you have the Radiance, the Aghanim Scepter, GG Boots, as well as Blink Dagger. You just constantly want to be there. Plus the Mist Chance coming through from the likes of, you know, with the Radiance Bird. Mist Chance up on the Nature's Prophet as well as the Queen of Pain will help quite a bit. Queen of Pain does have a full Mjolnir up, building up towards that BKB. Space Cow, of course, sitting all at the bottom of the network chart, playing that very selfless role. And here comes a charge. What's actually going to happen here? Going into one here, the Ancient Apparition also. No, there's the Ravage. Straight onto both of the heroes that came in. And Scourge McDuck as well as the Spirit Breaker just dropping very, very quickly. Not really what the side of Team Blue Pikachu wanted to do. Getting caught with their pants down. I know people say they don't like clutch phrases like that, but that is exactly what happened. They were pushing out quite far, and they dropped the gem because of that. But the side of SF Express have not scouted out this gem just yet. So, is this gem actually going to be picked up? No one running through the jungle just yet. And bottom tier 3 tower might actually drop from this. Tidehunter going in onto Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet just whacking in onto that tower. There's the invis. And no gem. There's the gem still on the ground right there, and Rio will be able to TP out. Meanwhile, we are seeing an engagement here. The Viper trying to do as much damage as possible, but unfortunately not really doing much. It is going to be Jakira that does drop. Queen of Pain did die there as well. Now we're seeing a turnaround. They want to go onto the Timbersaw again. Timbersaw, will they actually be able to do enough damage? There's the Viper just getting completely demolished at this point, and Creeps in a lot of trouble himself. He might actually burn from the tick damage here, and he does. He of course does have the Aegis, and here comes Tidehunter, the boat coming through, landing onto just himself. So of course that will actually just help in regards with negating quite a bit of damage. Gem is still on the ground. Is Timbersaw actually going to try and scout for that gem right now? Nope. Well, he's going to pick up the invis. And top lane being pushed out. Ryu might be in a bit of trouble. He does get clipped by, well, not clipped, he gets hit full on in the face by the Ancient Apparition Ultimate. On the side of Blue Pikachu doing everything they can to still stay in this game. Whenever the Tidehunter's up, man, they really have to be careful. And there's the gem, finally scouted up by the Kunkka. So gem being picked up. This of course was Team Blue Pikachu's gem. This is quite a big pick, specifically up against the likes of Nature's Prophet that has a Shadow Blade that keeps on getting away. And SFE, oh. Creep just gets away. Nature's Prophet TP'd in there, but without any direct catch. Now, a big thing up for the Nature's Prophet here, of course, Deso as well as the Bloodthorn. This Nature's Prophet hits like a damn truck. We actually see this just like right-clicking Creeps, going crazy. Have a look at the rest of the item progression here. Timbersaw currently sitting only on 12 charges right now. Does have a Lotus Orb building up towards Shiva's God as well. Queen of Pain still has the Shiva's Guard. We'll have a BKB up right now. There you go. This BKB is quite big, especially up against the Tidehunter, and I do feel that they might just decide that they want to fight this. Let's see, the charge. Well, no charges are there just yet. Where's the Spirit Breaker? Spirit Breaker not charging anyone. Well, where is this? Bad one. Ancient Apparition, ultimate flying through. Not going to hit onto anyone, of course. The slow is there. From the Tidehunter, just trying to move in forward. And it seems like the side of SF Express, they want to push in forward. They want to try and do as much as possible. And this is, of course, a Maelstrom up here for the Weaver. So the push is just going to get a lot more. And the team fight is just going to get a lot harder for the side of Team Blue Pikachu to actually try and deal with this. There is no buyback up here on the Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain bought out that BKB. But let's have a look. Queen of Pain blinks in forward, tries to bait out anything coming through there so that she can use a BKB, but no, that's the first tier 3 tower to fall. And are they just going to move in forward? Are they going to be able to stop this coming through? There is Queen of Pain jumping in. They want to go in onto the Viper right now. The BKB is being popped here for the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain blowing her ultimate. Can they actually get the kill onto the Viper? The Nether Strike actually came through for the Spirit Breaker, managing to catch 2 heroes, losing 1 in exchange. Meanwhile, though, bottom, I think that is where Nature's Prophet died, managing to get a lane of racks. Not a full lane, but it was a melee racks. So Blue Pikachu getting the advantage there. And I think the side of... Did the side of SF Express actually hit the melee racks all the time? I do see range racks was chipped down a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they should have done more damage than that. Let's have a look here. Queen of Pain wants to jump in here. Weaver... Yeah, Weaver decides to actually just run straight forward here onto Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's tanking this, trying to do as much as possible. Queen of Pain might actually go down from this. Unfortunately for the Weaver, he could not get his time lapse off. Very fortunately for the Queen of Pain, because all her mana was drained. That Diff Blade just coming into effect there, playing very, very well. So, Team Blue Pikachu once again back in this. Let's have a look at the net worth. Up to 4k, down to 0. Up to 4k, down to 0. Now it's the road up again. Hashtag road to 4k. Kappa. Experience earned back to Team Blue Pikachu's favor. Of course, this tower here, or this racks here, melee racks on the bottom lane, is actually going to help the side of Blue Pikachu quite a bit in regards with pushing out. Let's have a look here. There is no Ravage, I don't think. Ravage is actually back off cooldown right now. And Tidehunter, he's busy hovering around that area. Let's have a look here and see what's going to happen. Can they actually go in? Is the Ravage going to be committed just for 1 here? Nope. They do, however, manage to kill 1, but they still lose 1 lane of racks. And Ravage was actually used. Unfortunately, it did not catch onto anyone. Timbersaw. He's just being used up by himself, being used up by the enemy, and then he denies himself the plays. The side of SF Express trying to do everything, but the damage coming through here from Team Blue Pikachu just not allowing them to actually push in. And Tidehunter, of course, couldn't jump in forward with that Ravage, couldn't push them out. And once again, Blue Pikachu just getting away with murder everywhere. This range racks 43 HP. Top range racks already dropped, bottom melee racks dropped, bottom range racks 43 HP, and then mid is still okay. AD, oh, run straight into the Ancient Apparition ultimate. Nothing's gonna happen from it, but it's okay.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Yeah. Some people, most people say, I don't know, melee racks, melee racks, different pronunciation, of course, at different places around the world. Excuse me for that.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
And SFE trying to put a little bit of pressure back onto Team Blue Pikachu.
Top shrine has fallen.
They do manage to get the top shrine. There is no rush. This is basically a max rush respawn. Well, just under, like 20 seconds under max rush respawn. Which is very unfortunate for the side of SF Express. However, Team Blue Pikachu will be very happy with that, and let's see if they continue to push in. And this is just the rat coming through here from the Nature's Prophet, jumping in forward, doing a little bit of damage, running back out. They're just trying to keep attention top while they get the range racks, range barracks, for those of you guys that want me to say the full word. And I do like this from the side of Team Blue Pikachu. What they're doing here is they're controlling the map. They're putting pressure without overextending. Pushing up pressure, basically putting a little pressure top, pushing out the wave, putting pressure bottom, pushing out the wave, forcing the side of SF Express to constantly fall back, defend their lanes, and try push out the lanes. I mean, if you have a look at the bottom lane, Weaver and Tide had to push it out together. Oh, wait. Well, no, Mouse, camera, please, what are you doing? Viper's actually dropped from that. Here comes the engage coming through here from the Spirit Breaker. Big Tide ultimate coming through, catching on to 3 heroes, and here comes the counter. The ghost ship does land on them as well. It does get the Coco's Rum. Will they be able to turn around and push from this? No, it's just going to be Nature's Prophet getting the full lane of racks on the bottom side, and they do back out. Just as I was about to say, Team Blue Pikachu, you know, they aren't pushing in too much, they aren't overextending, they're just keeping the lanes pushed out, trying to force SF to split up. As soon as I said that, they go in for a fight here, and what started off as a good fight, Tidehunter came in, I think got a 4-man ravage, 3-man ravage. Sorry, my voice sort of slipped there as I was busy casting that, but getting that ravage turned the fight in, well, put it back in the side of SF Express's favor again. This is going to be Aegis and cheese for them. Who gets the Aegis? Who gets the cheese? Viper gets the Aegis, Weaver gets the cheese. I like that. Weaver, of course, does have a time lapse, so being able to basically have 2 time lapses with his cheese. Oh, there is a dust here. But Dire Courier was killed. That was done by, I think, Diamond. And Nature's Prophet just cutting the way right now, trying to once again force back anyone here from the side of SF Express. Ancient Apparition ultimate flying through. It's not going to hit onto Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain runs straight into it. And here comes the Viper going in. Does force out the BKB up on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain does use her Sonic Wave. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit onto anyone. The Ghost Ship comes through. Ravage onto 2 heroes. And this is very problematic for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. It is going to be the first, well, 2 deaths here for the 2 supports on the Jakira as well as the Spirit Breaker. Let's see if they can try and counter or do anything about that. That's the first buyback. There's another buyback here for the Spirit Breaker as well. But they're going to try and save that if they can. There is no Ravage. There is no refresh up on the Tidehunter. So this is when they can and have to try and move forward. But the Ancient Apparition ultimate flies through. Does not hit onto anyone. They are going to be losing their second tier 3 tower. And here comes a jump in. Who are they going to try and focus? The Spirit Breaker has brought back into the game. Are they going to just go in for the Ancient Apparition? Ancient Apparition is still alive. And it is a matchup here between the Spirit Breaker as well as the Kunkka. Kunkka might actually get the better of that. And they decide to turn around, go in for the Viper. Viper does have Aegis. There's the Ice Path coming through. Does trap up the Viper. Viper gets charged and Viper is going to die from this. So full lane of racks and 2 buybacks, but it did cost the side of SF Express only a couple of kills. And Nature's Prophet drops here. Tidehunter actually the burn damage here from the Radiance, doing enough to get that kill, secure that kill. There's a buyback up. Oh no, wait, that's on the Tidehunter. There's a buyback up on the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet trying to do Nature's Prophet things in sneaky backdoor tactics. Unfortunately, the sneaky backdoor tactics did not work. Team Blue Pikachu is still in this. They're fighting to the end right now. Only a couple hundred, well, 1,000 net worth in favor of Team Blue Pikachu. XP also in favor of Team Blue Pikachu. They just have to worry about this Tidehunter. This Tidehunter is just so damn tanky. What's the Tidehunter bot? Oh, this is going to be This is going to be massive. Tidehunter has a refresher orb. It is flying in right now. And there you go, guys. Double ravage. In the beginning, I was saying Tide's not been getting good ravages off. Well, the past 3 that he's been picking up has just been massive. There's the charge in onto him right now. He will have 1 ravage right now if he wants to use it. He's trying to position himself. Does catch onto 2. He uses his refresher. He does have another ravage. Popping the ravage once again onto 2. And they do manage to blow up the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is dead. Ghost ship flying through. And unfortunately, the Spirit Breaker is the next to follow up here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. However, SF did lose a full lane of racks in the middle lane. They lost 4 heroes for Team Blue Pikachu. Oh, wait. That's Mega Creeps, boys. Okay. Team Blue Pikachu literally threw everything at SF Express, forcing out all of the remaining, I think this was already RIP. And getting Mega Creeps. However, they don't have buyback. Queen of Pain does. Let's quickly have a look and see who has and who has not. Jump in here. Buyback status. Queen of Pain as well as... Okay, this is very dangerous here for the Timbersaw. Not quite sure what Timbersaw is doing. Jumping up so far ahead. Timbersaw does have a Yule Scepter. Let's see if he can actually get away from this. He does try to get out. But he will have to use his buyback. Just start saying, hey, he has his buyback. Queen of Pain has a buyback. That's actually okay. They can try and delay it. He jumps in very, very far. And Queen of Pain doesn't actually want to use a buyback at 25 seconds. And the side of SF Express, they're just going for end. They're going for throne. Let's have a look. Can they do anything about this right now? No buybacks left here for the side of Team Blue Pikachu. They're trying to go in. Tidehunter does have Ravage up if he needs to use it. There's the Ravage onto 2 heroes. However, the Queen of Pain did pop her BKB. Okay, the Queen of Pain does manage to get 1 kill. Blinks out forward. There's a buyback up here for the Tidehunter. Tidehunter will actually want to pop in and TP in forward, but no. This is it? Yeah, I think this might just be the end. The Weaver managing to get the kill on the Queen of Pain there towards the end. A triple kill there for the Weaver. And this is going to be GG, well played. What a game casting through here. Team Blue Pikachu threw their bodies, their minds, their lives at the racks of SF Express, managing to get the Megas. But unfortunately, the side of SF were just too strong. That Tidehunter with his Ravagers, with that Refresher, and just being overall damn tanky. Well played to them. I'm looking forward to casting the next games. Guys, I'm Reddit. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Actually, let's have a look quickly at the graphs. Something that I... Oh, no. Don't want to go there. Something that I don't actually show that often. But you can just see this bunch. I wish you could, like, see a photo or, like, a video of me. like, squeezing all of these lines here. Just moving up together. This game was so damn close. Even up there towards the end. Everyone on top still being quite even in regards with net worth. Having a look at the Team XP and net worth. It was just up and down the whole time. The experience in favor of SF Express for the majority of the game. And the gold in favor of Blue Pikachu. Just towards the end, of course, after a couple of fights. They, you know, lost it again. No, decline. So, guys, we'll be back with game number 2. I think this is, of course, a best of 3. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, and for those of you guys on Twitch, I'll join the chat now. We can have a little bit of a chat. Check you guys soon.